Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Appalachian Home Co. So as you can see, I'm using a different camera today. I'm going to be doing just a little bit of a different video. This is going to be more of a live video. So I'm going to take you along with me. We're going to be sublimating some glass cans, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to be using some frosted glass cans that I actually got from Amazon. I'll leave the link below for everything I'm using today. I'm going to be using the mug press that you saw in the tumbler video, sublimating tumbler video. So we're going to be using that same heat press, and I've already got all my designs printed off. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you everything I'm using, and I'll just take you along with this little GoPro camera and show you everything I'm doing in live time. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so I'm using the Real Cant tumbler heat press. I used this in another video, and I'm also going to start out using these frosted glass cans. These I got from Amazon, and I'll show you one of these, how they're different from the clear ones really quickly. But these come packaged really well, and they also include some straws in the box as well. But you can see these have a frosted covering on them, so that's what we're actually going to be sublimating on. And then these bamboo lids with the straw hole, these stay on really good. So okay, so that's getting kind of a firmer pressure. I don't want to get it much more than that because these can break. Maybe one more turn. Right about there, you just want just a little tiny bit of pressure when you close your heat press. Okay, so I have everything laid out that I'm going to be using. Of course, you're going to need your glass cans. These are the 18-ounce frosted. I have a pair of heat gloves that came with my Real Cant mug press that I don't have heated up yet, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. It does say to sublimate at 365 for 70 seconds on the mug heat press. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we're going to see. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this. This is in Celsius, so for 365 we're going to be using a temperature of 185 degrees Celsius. And then the time is going to be 70 seconds. Now I'm going to press mine once, flip it around, and press it again at 70. While I have that heating up, I'm going to go ahead and show you what else I've got. I have a heating mat. This is to set the hot cup on after it's finished pressing. I also have some heat tape here. This is the wide, this is the Cricut, and then I have the thin also that came with my press. I have a paper cutter just to trim around our designs. And then of course I have the sublimation prints. These are so pretty. I used my Epson 2760 sublimation converted printer. I'm using A-sub paper. And I'm also using the Cosmos ink, and I have these mirrored printed out. So here's the fall design. I resized this down to 4.25 inches tall and no more than 9.5 inches wide because that's what's going to fit on my cup. These are definitely taller than 4.25 inches, but these do have a bevel, so I don't really want to risk not sublimating or getting ghosting around this bevel. So I just cut mine down to about 4.25 inches. And we're also going to be pressing a second cup. This one is so cute. This one is the Halloween version. But first, I'm going to go ahead and cut this design out, and we're going to be taping it around our cup. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around the glass mug. I'm using the thin heat tape, and I'm just taping it into place in about 3 different spots. Then I'm going to go around the entire cup in a couple different spots and just wrap it completely around so to make sure that everything stays in place. I'm using the big thick Cricut heat tape to go along the seam, and I want to make sure that seam is completely closed. I also want to make sure the seams around the top and bottom are completely closed. So I'm just sealing up any locations that air could escape. That's going to really prevent any ghosting from happening. And then I'm just going to go around and kind of take my fingernail and make sure that these are really sealed up around the edges. Now I'm just taking a piece of butcher paper and I'm just going to wrap the entire glass can with the butcher paper. This is going to make sure that the sublimation ink does not get on my heat press. And now we're ready to place this in the mug press. I'm going to go ahead and put on a heat glove and I'm going to pop off the lid too. Okay, so now I'm just going to slide it in here. I will be flipping this, but I want to make sure that seam is up at the top to begin with. Slowly close it down. Then I'll open it and I'm going to take my fingers and just completely rotate it all the way around, and I'm going to close it back and do it for another 70 seconds. And yay, this turned out perfectly sublimated. There's no ghosting at all. The colors are so bright. These little white specks here are just some paper that's left on the cup, so I can just wash those off after it cools. But I'm so happy. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up our second mug and do the second one and see. This temperature seemed to work perfectly. 70 seconds on each side, so 70 seconds at 365. I flipped it and another 70 at 365, so it got all the areas perfectly. Super happy with how this turned out. So now I'm just popping in that second tumbler for 70 more seconds. I'm going to flip it around 180 degrees and press it again for 70 seconds. You can see a little better view in this clip of what I'm doing. And now for the final reveal on this one. This one turned out so awesome. I love the more muted colors in the Halloween version. The reason that it's a little bit more muted than the first cup is because of the way I printed this out. It has nothing to do with sublimation. It just didn't come out as bright because that is how I printed it out. A little bit more of a muted version. I didn't want it to be as bright for the Halloween. I want it to be a little bit more of a spooky vibe. But these turned out so awesome. I am so pleased with how they did. Definitely gonna make more of these. I love the frosted glass cans. These sublimate better than even the tumblers or anything else I've ever sublimated. So definitely gonna be making more of these. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed this Sublimate with me. I will leave a link to all of the products as well as the image files in the video description, so you can just go check those out if you want to do that. But thank you again for watching. I hope to see you guys back soon in my next video.